Hello, everybody, and welcome to not Match of the Week, but SBL Playoffs Semifinals. I'm Pick 60 here with my co-host Shrug.
Yeah, we got a super good match this evening. We've got semifinals between Cyb3r and Ulico. Huge stakes here, and winner's going to face.
Mr. Damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're guaranteed a repeat champ, but that's okay. We not a stranger to that here in SBL. In any case, Shrug, do you want to take a look at this team here?
Oh yeah, we got a real banger here from Will. He's been running this duo of Rillaboom plus Sneasler. That Grassy Seed Unburden activation, really hard for anyone to deal with that. Sneasler kind of was living rent free in a lot of people's heads in VGC, and it can do a lot of the same stuff here in Draft League as well. And then the really interesting thing with Will's team is that's not where it ends. He's got some really hard hitters here with Moltres sporting a pretty standard nasty plot set, and Iron Moth also with the extra power boost from the booster energy. I'm actually not sure what what stats it usually raises, but it's probably going to be like a special attack type stat, and then it always gets the chance to snowball with like fiery dance boosts. You got the Terra Fairy, Terra Water for Iron Moth and Moltres respectively. So just some ways to potentially deal with some of the threats coming out from Ulico's side. And then on the more supportive side, we've got the Pachirisu with only Electroweb as a damaging move, and then other than that, it's mostly just redirection and that Rocky Helmet tech to help deal with Urshifu's Surging Strikes, possibly. And then we've got Choice Scarf on Weirdeer. That's I don't think I've ever seen a set quite like this, but you've got the trick to help disrupt the opponent, and then you've got some kind of general damage going on from the rest of the squad, and then also really nice, you got the Intimidate to help potentially reduce some damage. Urshifu's always hard to deal with in terms of damage control because of the guaranteed crits on Surging Strikes, but there's still value in lowering the power on the fighting moves and anything other than Surging Strikes coming out of it. So that's kind of the general overview. A lot of interesting sets here, but we'll see how it plays out against Adrian's team here.
Yeah. I mean, Adrian, what can be said that hasn't already been said, you know? I mean, these are just some very standard sets across pretty much all Pokemon. Adrian has shown himself to be very capable, going number one in the main season. Urshifu here with a very general, just full damage set. Not super unheard of. The Terra Steel, nice to, I don't know, resist Rillaboom's grass moves. And, you know, you're not likely to be hit with like a Fiery Dance from Iron Moth or something like that. So overall, all in all, just really defensive Terra there. Yeah, Gamora, very offensive with the Power Herb, Meteor Beam, and the Terra Flying. I mean, I'm kind of not super sure what observations to make here. These are sets we've seen pretty much across the board. I guess the one thing is this team has both a Tailwind mode and a Trick Room mode with Dusknoir and Iron Jugulus. So we'll have to see who's coming out for which set. I imagine Urshifu can probably find itself in either, especially with how fast Cyb3r's team is with like the Unburdened Sneasler. Probably the boost, maybe the booster speed. Iron Moth will have to see if it's speed or special attack. Yeah. So just all in all, seems like a really good team to kind of deal with the very, very scary offensive threats that Cyb3r has on his team.
One big thing, the haze from Dusknoir, that could be really huge
true.
for Iron Moth getting its Fiery Dance boost going, or the Moltres getting its nasty plots up. So maybe kind of going for that kind of an angle too.
Not only that, but it'll clear the Electro Web debuffs and Intimidate debuffs. While you were going over Will's team, I was like, wow, Urshifu really might have wanted a clear amulet for this team, but with Haze there, kind of don't have to worry about that at all. So, yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it looks like we'll see how the matchup turns out. Looks like you were mentioning, Adrian kind of hedging his bets with both forms of speed control on his squad, and then Cyb3r's got some raw speed and then a little bit of extra support from the Pachirisu.
Well, here we're getting to the game now, and leading with Pachirisu and both of our Iron Pokemon. Wait, Shrug, yeah. I didn't know you were in this game.
Yeah, wait a minute. We got the Iron Shrugulus. We'll see. I mean, I've been a bit of a hater on the Iron Shrugulus despite its name for a while, but we'll see. I mean, Adrian's been piloting. Oh wait, no, it's not. But it's Iron Shrugulus, but it's the Moth. What?
Yeah,
what's going on?
The other way around. But she's on the other foot.
Yeah, so yeah, Iron Shrugulus facing off against the original Iron Shrugulus. We'll see if there's any kind of mind games going on here.
Yeah.
Will did withhold his nicknames until the start of the match here, kind of getting an advantage over Adrian. So we'll see if that psychological edge helps him out here.
Yeah, I mean, one thing to notice, Pachirisu is pretty much prevented from using Electro Web with that Lightning Rod out in the field.
Right, I mean, it's like you could get the speed drop on the Jugulus, but then it's like you're also boosting the Raichu. That doesn't sound like a great idea.
Well, Raichu doesn't hit hard
at... Yeah, oh, well, he's
Cyb3r doesn't care.
Yeah, I guess he's valuing the speed control against the Jugulus over...
But it doesn't matter, because Jugulus has the Covert Cloak.
Oh, wait, yeah. So, wait, what was the vision there?
I don't know.
Maybe anticipating a switch of some kind. I'm not totally sure, but we saw the Jugulus was able to get a Tailwind up, and I think the tough thing here is if you don't have the opportunity to get the speed control with the Electro Webs, the raw speed on the team outside of Sneasler could be kind of lacking. There is the Choice Scarf on Weird, so that thing will go decently fast. But I think with Tailwind, a lot of Adrian's options are probably going to be faster.
No, yeah. I mean, Weird is also not a super fast Pokemon on its own. And yeah, I mean, it seems like right away, Adrian's already caught the speed advantage. I guess Cyb3r fearing the worst. Terra, or no, maybe not. Maybe doing an offensive Dazzling Gleam. With Iron Moth here, hoping to get Jugulus out once and for all.
Dazzling Gleam could be huge. The Follow Me is gonna help keep Volcarona safe from anything crazy. Ooh, but the taunt might actually be yeah, because now you've got this poor little Pachirisu. Again, its only attacking move is Electro Web, which isn't going to be that impressive, but that's going to be impressive. That's a big one-hit KO.
Oh,
all right.
The crit on
the crit on Glamora just maybe not the most impactful crit, but it's more about sending a message at that point. And I guess I was yapping a bit too much. Did you catch if it was a special attack boost on the Iron Moth?
It was.
Okay, so this thing is primed to hit as hard as it can.
Yeah. We see Urshifu come out on the field, but it doesn't... I mean, it hits the Moth, but not for super effective, and is probably really afraid of a huge Dazzling Gleam right now. Granted, it does have a Tailwind boost, so it's going to outspeed probably both of these Pokemon.
Right. The speed advantage could be huge there. I don't really know what the damage calcs look like for Surging Strikes, but I wouldn't want to get hit with that under any circumstances, if I'm being totally honest with you.
No, not at all. Well, switching out, I guess getting rid of that booster boost, but you want to preserve your super strong attacker for later on in this match. I think that's fair.
Right. Oh, we got Trip Sun coming in. Oh, getting Surging Struck. Yeah, there's no way you're surviving this one, buddy.
That's not good. Sorry, Trip.
Yeah, it's not a one-hit KO, but it is. You know what? We could get some Walter White crit mattered in the Discord, please. I think Adrian just getting super lucky there.
I mean, I guess I'm not really sure what that switch was about. Surely Cyber saw the surging strikes going into that slot, but I don't know. I would not have hedged my bets on Sneasler being able to survive that.
It must have just been an assessment of I would rather have Iron Moth for the end game than Sneasler. It's really tough. Interestingly, bringing the Grassy Seed variant, but not actually pairing it with Rillaboom for this particular game.
And Pachirisu went down, and was that one hit KO on the Pachirisu?
I think that was, and that was the Meteor Beam, right? So that's like, I mean that's another +1 for old Glamora as well. So it's not even like Urshifu's the only thing that's threatening big damage here. You got a big Sludge Bomb to worry about. I mean, this is just looking a little grim for Cyb3r.
That's true, but I mean, Cyb3r also has some pretty crazy type advantage on the field right now. Both of his Pokemon being able to hit both of Ulicos were super effective. Although Ulico is going to terrestrialize Glamora into that fairy type.
Flying.
Flying. Excuse me. Not fairy.
But
oh
wow!
My God.
Yeah, that's just so much damage. And yeah, I mean, the guaranteed crits really mitigate the threat from Intimidate. It definitely,
that's true.
And the Life Orb really showing its value there too.
And goes to show just how much value Jugulus offered. Even if it died basically right after it did anything, that Tailwind just guaranteed. Holy crap, that did so much damage.
It's the old hacker man strat of all I gotta do is put up Tailwind. After that, I've done my job, and you can kill me. You can't hurt me in any way that matters. But now, I mean, this is just kind of chalked. You got the Aquajet priority.
Yeah, I mean that's rough. I mean, let's not count Cyb3r out though. Like you said, the no Rillaboom coming out at a matchup where I think Rillaboom really could have done something for Cyb3r's team. If I were to make an adjustment, that'd be the one that I'd do.
Yeah, that definitely makes a lot of sense. It just seemed like on turn 1, things just did not go the way that Cyb3r would have wanted. He protected with Iron Moth, which gave Iron Jugulus free reign to set up Tailwind, and the Dazzling Gleam was able to take Jugulus out the next turn, but that was at the expense of expending Terra. That was, I mean, it just seemed like Will did not get off to a great start there, and Adrian had all the speed control set up, had everything that he needed to just blast his way through the rest of the game there.
I mean, I empathize with Cyb3r here. It's really not fun to fight an Urshifu down in Tailwind, especially when you know that Surging Strikes. Well, I mean, Cyb3r's team here is just generally kind of frail apart from Rillaboom and maybe Weirder depending on its investment.
Moltres is pretty sturdy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I guess it also takes the neutral from Urshifu. So yeah, Moltres could definitely do something. We'll just have to see what kind of adjustments Cyb3r makes here. Especially, probably, if I were to guess, doing what he can to prevent Tailwind, or maybe Trick Room. Maybe Ulico will adjust and do a Trick Room.
Right. One really good play that Adrian made last game was the taunt from the Jugulus on the Pachirisu, because I think that if Will had Follow Me as an option in the face of Surging Strikes, he would have had a much more favorable game state. So the fact that Jugulus got Tailwind and Taunt off before it left the field, I mean, that was just huge.
I never thought I'd see the day where Shrug is singing Iron Jugulus' praises.
Well, Adrian's shown that he's good at using low tier mons, so this is just another case of that. We got the Eula wife coming out on on Cyb3r's side. Oh no. But
Will
we'll
Adrian
see
be able
if.
to beat his wife? I don't know.
Well, maybe we need to phrase this a little differently, but um, I
Early
mean,
paralysis on
yeah,
the
the
Rillaboom.
spreading around the nuzzle paralysis could definitely be big. Taunt potentially stopping a nasty plot. Yeah,
Ooh.
that's a really favorable turn one for
Yep.
Adrian, and notably, the Moltres does have Covert Cloak, so it doesn't have to worry about Fake Out or a Nuzzle, but the rest of the squad is definitely open season as far as that goes.
Nice thing is, though, by switching out Rillaboom with that U-turn and keeping Moltres in, Cyb3r now gets its Unburden boost, and is, I must imagine, the fastest thing on the field. But maybe hopefully can do something to stop the Jugulus's speed control.
Right, I guess a little bit of Dire Claw play, that might be kind of nice. I guess, the Covert Cloak actually could be pretty nice for the Jugulus there, so that's a pretty good bring on Adrian's part.
Although Cyb3r also has Taunt, so...
Right, Taunt could definitely stop, like, a Tailwind, possibly, really help with the speed control battle.
Taunt the Taunter. Oh.
And, okay, the Dire Claw, yeah, I think just stopping any additional disruption, that makes a lot of sense. Air Slash, ooh.
Oh my god.
Oh no, it's a crit! Oh, that's... Sneasler doesn't have a lot of special defense, but I could imagine, especially in a draft format, possibly being able to build Sneasler in a way that it wouldn't necessarily die to that in one hit. So that's a little bit of a rough draw there.
Yeah, I guess I don't know the calcs on that one, but that is rough.
Yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily one that fully mattered, but at the same time, crit always matters. So
yeah, that's true.
That's just how it goes.
Crit matters, like, mentally. It's a it's a move to the brain, really.
Yeah. It's like Cyb3r's not the kind of player who really tilts very hard.
Oh no.
So I wouldn't be too worried in that sense. But it can be kind of like you can get kind of shook by something going wrong when things are already going wrong.
For sure.
You've got the Terra Water out from Moltres. This is a little bit of a tricky situation for Cyb3r because the Rillaboom, it's gonna be somewhat useful, but it could also just be completely useless if Paralysis isn't friendly.
Yeah, and the Tailwind coming up, solidifying the speed lead for, I must imagine, the rest of the game. Ooh, but the Nasty Plot.
Right.
And with that Terra Water, you now resist... Well, you don't resist Meteor Beam, you do take neutral from it, and you resist Urshifu's Surging Strikes now. So all of a sudden, Galarian Moltres is not someone I want to be on the other side of the field, too.
Right. I mean, the big thing with Moltres is if you can get some of those special attack boosts going, the type resistances matter to an extent, but at the end of the day, you're getting hit by, a spread move that's at +2, and if you've fought enough, like, Cali Ice and stuff, even resisted hits can hurt pretty hard.
Oh, absolutely. And not only that, but Cyb3r was able to position Rillaboom out and bring Pachirisu in. This Pachirisu can support with Helping Hand or really chip away with Electro Web. Cyb3r's kind of in a comfy spot. I don't want. It's not over one way or the other, but there's definitely a reality where Cyb3r can sweep from here, and a reality where Adrian can still clinch out the win, especially with that speed lead.
Right, and the really scary thing with Moltres here is it's probably going to take at least 2 hits to remove it, and that means that your first hit probably hits it to below half, and then it gets the Berserk boost, so now you're dealing with a +3 Moltres.
Yeah.
And if you thought +2 was scary, then wait until you see +3.
Yeah, Patrick's protecting it and blocking that taunt, so it still has some staying power for next turn. in case you want to follow me and protect Moltres up some more. The Meteor Beam does go into Moltres.
Big
See how much
Meteor
this
Beam.
does.
Wow, that's a lot of
Wow.
damage. But we got the Berserk going, so what did Moltres go for? It did go for the +3 Fiery Wrath, but it doesn't take either of them out.
I mean, still pretty solid damage. And Pachirisu does have the opportunity to follow me here, and
Right.
maybe see if Moltres can do something. Although I think it must be Urchin in the back. Well, actually, that's not so bad because you have Cyb3r has Rillaboom in the back and can probably endgame from there. I guess I'm just trying to think of what Adrian can do. Like, is there anything that stops a Follow Me Fiery Wrath?
Follow Me Fiery Wrath does seem like it'd be pretty strong. You probably get taunted by the Jugulus, if I had to guess, but you at least stop the Glomora from being able to take out the Pachirisu. I don't think that Jugulus can one-shot. Well, I guess it's got Earth Power.
Oh.
But depending on how bulky the Pachirisu is, maybe it'd. Oh wait, the double protect on Pachirisu.
Interesting.
I was surprised by that. And yeah, very passive move. Maybe trying to wait out the Tailwind.
I'm not sure, but I mean,
the Earth Power from Glomora. Yeah, that's going to finish off for little Pachirisu.
Am I missing? I guess I don't really understand the passivity there.
Yeah. And well, okay, the grassy terrain timing did work out as well as it could have for Cyb3r. If this had happened one turn earlier, then Rillaboom would have been coming out with one turn of grassy terrain left, and that would have been no good. But I mean, does Will have enough here to take out the rest of this squad? I'm not sure if he does.
Yeah, especially with one turn of Tailwind left on Adrian's side. They still have the speed advantage, and Moltres just protected the last turn, so it is looking ripe for the killing.
Right.
It's scary. It's scary to be on the other side of that +1 Glomora, who is doing so much more damage than I had anticipated.
Oh yeah, I mean the stab Meteor Beam. It is. I mean it's a high base power move that gives you a free +1. And Glomora, I mean doesn't it have like 130 special attack? So I guess I was kind of sleeping on it too. I didn't expect it to do over 75% to a Moltres, which has pretty high innate special bulk. It's pretty surprising. Oh no, the paralysis stopping the fake out from Rillaboom, and the air slash took out Moltres anyway. So that was yeah.
Ulico's an infamous hacker, so that is like we saw that coming. But I mean, I don't know if the fake out coming out would have mattered because Moltres would have died no matter what happened. With Jugulus outspeeding it.
Yeah, it was looking pretty rough. I think we've got some shell shock gifs about Adrian's ability to hack the game, but
yeah, editor, can you put that on the feed real quick?
Right.
Jamie, pull that up.
Right. But it's like even then, I mean this has just been looking a little bit nasty. I think that Will's got to find some really key adjustments here if he's gonna bring this any further than a third game.
There's still definitely a reality though where Will can pull this out. He's a great player, and I think it's just been maybe overreading what Ulico is thinking of doing. Ulico's played it pretty simple, pretty much just going full offensive almost every turn. So I don't know if Cyb3r can make an adjustment, really get it to how Ulico's been playing. I think we can definitely see this become a little bit more even.
Oh yeah, I think that. I mean, even down 2-0, I think Will's just one of the best players in our league, so I would never count him out. It's really just like, does he see his path here, and is Adrian able to make the adjustments in response to that soon enough? So we'll see we'll see if the conversation ends here at Game 3 and it's just a 3-0 and a handshake, or if Will's got a little bit more to say here.
Me personally, I'm hoping for a Game 5, baby. That's the best way to do it at SBL.
We've had some pretty exciting sets for the last couple weeks, definitely. So it'd be nice to see this one go the full distance. But
not to toot my own horn, but
hey, that was a really exciting one for sure. I'm a sucker for some good coaching action.
Yeah. Oh, what's this? Adrian is switching it up. It's not Talon anymore. This room's getting tricky.
Yeah, the Trick Room Dusclops. Or Dusk Noir. Notably, Will used Dusk Noir last season, so it's a known quantity to him. But we'll see if he's able to deal with the Dusk Noir game plan here effectively enough.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know how these speed tiers match up in the absence of Tailwind, but that Iron Trigulus. And by that I mean the Moth is looking quite easy pickings for a Meteor Beam, and I imagine that Gomorrah will just kill no matter what.
Right? Does it even need to go for Earth Power? Could it just kill?
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking, yeah, you could probably just do Meteor Beam and preserve yourself for the rest of the game.
Right.
I forgot I had Earth Power. I'll be honest.
Yeah, well, because it's like I'm starting to be a huge believer in the power of this Meteor Beam. Like, maybe it does just get the job done. Oh wait, did we get the Terra flying out on the Glamor?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would invest their Terra in Dusk Noir. sorry Dusk Noir fans.
Yeah, that hurt to hear, but that's okay.
The Dire Claw maybe getting a sleepy time. Oh, the poison.
I mean, that's still, there's still value in that, but probably not the one, probably the least desirable one.
Yeah, it's like you're chipping down the bulky guy, so I guess you can't complain too much. But
here it comes.
Yeah, here comes the Meteor Beam. Everyone brace for impact.
Yeah, just something to note here, Glamora did underspeed both of Will's Pokemon, so if this Trick Room's coming out... Oh.
That's Aragon. That's the whole dang Iron Moth gone. And now we got Trick Room coming up.
Yep.
And I mean, Dusk Noir has like a fatal illness, but he's still able to get the important speed control going for the squad. This looks pretty tough.
No, yeah. I guess the nice thing is here, Rillaboom probably outspeeds Gomorrah in Trick Room. And it can maybe do something there, but I guess all of its actual moves are resisted by it, so that's not amazing.
Right. Okay, so we got Pachirisu hitting the field. Even without the Unburden boost, though, Sneasler's going to be faster, and so thus going last for this particular field setup. And you got full Trick Room teams here still, or Trick Room turns. So it's like it's a long road to get past this.
Yeah, Ghost Malone heading away. Oh my goodness, Sorkina Gomez.
That's Queen.
Yep, no, she's slaying. Said no priority. She said you cannot fake it.
Yeah, and that's probably exactly what Rillaboom would have wanted to do.
I know, now he's pissed.
So, yeah.
Unburden coming out in the in the Trick Room, so everywhere
to overflow that speed value.
Oh.
Yeah, down it goes. Yep, no Focus Sash here. We got the Grassy Seed, so that is definitely... I mean, it seems like Glomora's just got this game. I don't see a path out of this one.
Yeah, Glomora's just put on a clinic this whole set. I mean, we must have like really been selling the thing short. I did not expect it to have such a dominant game.
Right.
But,
I think that we were kind of expecting this to be about the Urshifu, but Urshifu's been on the bench for most of this set. He's been, I mean, he did a couple surging strikes for the fans to start off, but then
Yeah,
it's been the
yeah, doing a little
Glamora show.
fanfare.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody's like, yeah, Urshifu, do the thing. And he's like, all right, guys, I'll attack through their protect. And it was like, yeah,
Oh my god. Even through the assault vest, that's a
yeah,
one-hit KO.
yeah. Glamora doesn't care what you're wearing.
Gamora is here to make a statement, I guess.
And that
And
statement is, we're going to the
dead.
Grands.
Yeah, I guess so. With that, yeah,
Yeah.
Adrian goes to grand finals.
Yeah, man. What a commanding end to that set. That was just like, I didn't really see anything Will could have done after turn 1.
If I'm damaged, I'm shaking my boots, thinking about how I'm gonna have to plan for this grand finals match. But wow, I mean, what a game! I think we have both of our players here. I'd like to do some post-match interviews. Adrian, how are you feeling after that huge victory?
Man, I'm happy to be here. Will's one of the best players here, and getting a win is always, it's not never easy, but always rewarding.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I guess to start off, so we saw that you had kind of both speed control methods available to you. Was there any particular thought process for like why did you go with Jugulus first, and why did you switch it up to Trick Room for the third game?
So I thought, especially in reference to like our last set, I felt that Jugulus plus Raichu lead can kind of cover every situation, or at least I can play out of any situation where if I just have hard hitters in the back, even though taunt's on the Sneasler, I can usually maneuver my way to getting Tailwind up, and if I do, I'm in a really good spot. And even if I don't, I'm pressuring a lot of damage with that lead. And where the Trick Room lead is a little more pressured, like that Moltres Rillaboom lead that Will did the second game, for example, is very good into the Dusknoir Trick Room because I just can't take the double up. So I thought it was a little less risky. I kind of had a situation where if Sneasler didn't end up running Taunt, then I would definitely lead into the Jugulus. Which is why I ran the Mental Orb on Dusknoir. So I kind of had it both ways. So I can cover the Taunt in one situation and not cover the Taunt in the other situation. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah, very clever.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I guess Will, on your end, like how did you feel about like going up against the Jugulus support first game, kind of you got like tailwinded, you got taunted, like what was the how were you trying to counteract that, do you feel?
Yeah, so game one kind of taught me how good Tailwind was for him in this matchup. A lot of the season, I didn't really care about speed control that much if I was in down speed control. I mean, in a lot of my sets, that was the case. But I think I underestimated Glamora mainly. Glamora was very, very strong. And, that in combination already with Urshifu's ability to break protect, the combination of those two being so good made it very tough for me. So yeah, once he got Tailwind up, I was like, okay, I need to, I need to either figure out a way that I can stall it because it's very hard to stop the Tailwind with the lead that he had with Raichu and Jugulus, with that fake out support and the Tailwind. So I was trying to think of a way to beat it, and I think I went Rillaboom Moltres as my counter lead, and that was because I wanted to keep Pachirisu in the back, and I wanted to pivot Rillaboom out to get Follow Me that couldn't be taunted. And so that was kind of the strategy. But Adrian, no, he played it very well. And honestly, Glamora was, I think, the key to that victory. And I think Adrian would probably agree that thing was super, super good here.
Yeah. If I can speak a little bit on that, I just haven't been using Power or Meteor Beam Glamora at all, like much this season. I use it like week 1, and I use it last week against Satan, but I really just haven't been. So I know people probably don't expect it because it's just something that I'm just usually running defensive items or something like that. But when I'm running almost max special attack Modest, so the Meteor Beam is gonna take out most Pachirisu's, take out Iron Moth through Terra. I mean, those calcs are just so big. And one of the big takeaways I had from my previous match during the season was I just didn't have quite enough offense to necessarily sometimes to push through Will's team, especially like the Moltres of Terra. So I thought the power of Meteor Beam would help with that.
No, yeah,
Right.
me and Shrug. Well, we weren't downplaying Gilmore, but we were definitely surprised to see it do so much damage. I think it only didn't one shot like Moltres through the Terra, and it pretty much one shot
Yeah.
everything else. So, I mean, it put up a really strong game.
Yeah,
As far
on
as
a
Gilmore goes.
neutral hit, if you're hitting Moltres Galler down to red HP, that's a strong freaking attack for
Definitely.
sure. I mean that was definitely it felt like we were kind of talking up Glamora by the end of that set, definitely, because like Urshifu's the star of the team, but it's like Glamora really really pulled its weight for this one, definitely. To Will's point about kind of stalling out Tailwind, I was kind of thinking along the same lines where it's like, okay, Rillaboom's pretty bulky, Moltres is pretty bulky. If you've got like the space to get your boosts and stuff and survive through the Tailwind turns, then it's like now you just like blast out everything and it's like it's awesome. But yeah, it was just like with the power that Glamora brought to the table, it felt like it was just too much to you know, like Tailwind was not over yet and everybody was dead. It was tough.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to think, do you have anything else in mind, Raymond? I think that we
I
kind of
mean,
covered a lot
yeah,
of
I
what
think
was on our minds.
I had to agree. Yeah, I mean, it was a great set, guys. Really fun to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you know, some really good play on display here, and we've got Adrian angling to be the first 2 times in a row champ, possibly, or
We'll
at the very
see.
least, if we want to put it in more negative terms, trying to deny Spencer the 3 championships. So either way you slice it there, looking forward to I guess it's going to be around the end of this month when we actually run finals. How are you feeling going into that? Do you think that you think you can take it all the way, or you think Spencer's got the edge? What's the story?
I mean, that's a good question. I know he's listening right now, so I'll be careful with my words here. But I think it's a little funny because I think Spencer and I both were kind of doubtful of our teams going into playoffs, but here we are. So honestly, I haven't really thought about the matchup at all. So I just generally don't do that. I just always focus on the moment. So I have no idea. But he's a strong player. He's I mean he has a very strong record against me, but hopefully I can. I mean, we can't have a 3-time champ, right?
Yes, sir. Well, I think back in the was it season 7 finals when you guys faced off, I think that you were at a pretty big disadvantage team wise there, and like your preparation for that and your uh like the tech that you brought for that made it a much more competitive set than anyone anticipated. So I feel like you both are going to have to bring your A game for this finals. Definitely, it's going to be huge.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, well, yeah, I think that's it for us. Like Shrug said, tune in at the end of this month or whenever we set up the finals to watch Damage versus Ulico duke it out for the title of Season 9 Champion of SBL. And you know, if you're there, you might as well maybe watch me fight Praspian for the Cup Championship. I don't know, just throwing that
Yeah,
out there.
sure. Yeah, it's going to be some really good matches. It's going to be some really good times. So hope that you folks join us. And I guess until then, uh, we'll catch you later.
Bye, everyone.